The peaceful approach. The United Earth Fleet's flagship Horizon cuts silently through the void, its massive fusion engines propelling it toward a fateful rendezvous. Captain Maya Reeves stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the approaching planet Velsoria, a shimmering blue-green jewel in the darkness. After 17 months of interstellar travel, humanity's first official contact mission had reached its destination. Orbital approach vector calculated, Captain, announced Lieutenant Park from the navigation console. We'll achieve stable orbit in 23 minutes. Maya nodded, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders. Maintain course. Alert all section heads to prepare for arrival protocols. The discovery of the Velsorian civilization 3 years ago had sent shockwaves through Earth. Long-range telescopes had detected artificial structures on the planet, and subsequent signals indicated an advanced society. After months of rudimentary communication, the Velsorians had extended an invitation. Earth's governments, corporations, and scientific institutions had united with unprecedented cooperation to prepare this mission. Diplomacy, scientific exchange, and mutual prosperity were the stated goals. Commander Elias Chen, Maya's second-in-command and chief science officer, approached with a tablet in hand. His face bore the signs of another sleepless night analyzing Velsorian transmissions. Final linguistic updates are complete, he said. The translation matrix should handle most basic interactions. Their language follows remarkably similar syntactic patterns to several Earth languages. Convenient, Maya remarked. Almost too convenient. That's what I thought. But their messages have been nothing but welcoming. They've shared basic scientific knowledge freely, hints about their propulsion technology, energy production, medical advances, all gifts of goodwill, they say. Maya's gaze returned to the view screen. 17 alien civilizations discovered in the past century, and 16 of them primitive or long extinct. Then suddenly we find the Velsorians. Advanced, peaceful, eager to share. My grandfather used to say that when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. Chen finished. Still, their technological offerings could advance Earth by centuries. The Horizon's entry into Velsorian orbit was meticulously calculated, close enough to establish efficient communications and shuttlecraft transit, but far enough to pose no conceivable threat. Maya had insisted on this approach despite the Velsorians' invitation to land the Horizon directly on the surface. First contact proceeded according to protocol. A delegation of 12 specialists assembled in the shuttle bay. Linguists, cynobiologists, diplomats, and security personnel. Maya addressed them before departure. You represent not just Earth, but humanity itself. Our mission is peaceful exchange, but remain vigilant. Report anything unusual immediately. The first meetings occurred in a massive crystalline structure near the Velsorian capital. The aliens themselves were breathtaking. Tall, graceful beings with silvery skin that reflected light in hypnotic patterns. Their 4 arms moved with fluid precision, and their large, multifaceted eyes seemed to drink in every detail of the human visitors. For 3 days, the exchanges progressed smoothly. The Velsorians shared knowledge of their sustainable energy systems, offered tours of their cities, and expressed fascination with human culture. Each evening, the delegation returned to the Horizon with new data and growing optimism. On the 4th day, Dr. Nasira Khatri, the mission's chief medical officer, requested an urgent meeting with Maya. Something's wrong with the biological samples they've provided, she explained, projecting microscopic images onto the briefing room wall. The cellular structures are inconsistent with the Velsorians themselves. It's as if they're giving us samples from a different species entirely. Maya frowned. Deliberate deception. Possibly, or perhaps a misunderstanding. But there's more. Khatri switched to a new set of images. These are scans of the Velsorian city we visited yesterday. Notice anything unusual? Maya studied the thermal imaging. It's empty. Precisely. Apart from the areas we directly visited, there's minimal thermal activity. A city of supposedly 2 million beings should show significantly more heat signatures. Before Maya could respond, an alert sounded. Lieutenant Commander Rafael Santos, Chief of Security, appeared on the view screen. "Captain, we've detected unusual energy signatures from the planet's surface. Multiple emission sources just activated on the far side of Velsoria." "Analysis," Maya demanded. "Consistent with weapons systems powering up. Massive ones." Maya's decision was immediate. "Recall all personnel from the surface. Now." Alert Status 1. Within hours, the situation deteriorated. 3 delegation members failed to make the emergency extraction. Communication with them abruptly ceased. As the last shuttle docked with the horizon, the Velsorian leader, High Emissary Talon, transmitted a message to the ship. "Captain Reeves." The alien's voice was as melodious as ever, but now carried an unmistakable note of condescension. "We must express disappointment in your abrupt withdrawal. Perhaps humans are more perceptive than we anticipated." "What is the meaning of this, emissary?" Maya demanded. "Where are my missing people?" "They are being studied, just as we have studied your vessel, your technology, and your species. For centuries, we have observed your kind, violent, divided, yet surprisingly adaptable. When you developed rudimentary space travel, we recognized the potential threat. Better to invite the danger close where it can be contained, wouldn't you agree?" Maya's knuckles whitened as she gripped the command console. "We came in peace." "Yes," Talon responded. "That was your first mistake. Peace is the luxury of the powerful, Captain. Your species is neither powerful nor united enough to survive what comes next. The knowledge we shared was carefully selected, sufficient to intrigue you, insufficient to threaten us." The view screen showed Talon making a fluid gesture with his upper arms. "Even now, our containment systems are activating. Your vessel will be disabled, your crew preserved for study. Resistance would be." Maya cut the transmission with a sharp gesture. "Battle stations, prepare for emergency departure from orbit." "Captain," Chen protested, "their technology far exceeds ours. The knowledge they shared suggests weapons capabilities that could destroy us instantly." "Then why haven't they?" Maya countered, moving swiftly toward the tactical station. "They've had ample opportunity. Instead, they're activating containment systems. That suggests they want the ship and crew intact." Lieutenant Commander Jessica Wade, tactical officer, looked up from her console. "Multiple energy signatures approaching from the surface. Appears to be some kind of wide dispersal energy net." Maya's mind raced through options. They couldn't outrun whatever was coming. The Horizon's engines needed time to reach full interstellar capability. Fighting was equally futile against such advanced technology. "Unless the knowledge they shared," Maya said suddenly. "The technical specifications for their energy systems. Chen, you said their language followed familiar syntactic patterns. What if other things are similar too? What if their technology operates on principles we can understand?" Understanding dawned on Chen's face. "You think we can counter their containment system?" "I think we can try." Maya opened a shipwide channel. "All personnel. This is the captain. We came to Velsoria in peace, but it seems peace was never an option. The Velsorians have revealed hostile intent and are moving to capture this vessel. I need every department working together now. Engineering. Analyze the technical data the Velsorians shared. Find weaknesses in their energy systems. Science team. Use what we know about their technology to develop countermeasures against their containment systems. Security. Prepare for possible boarding attempts." Maya looked at the approaching energy field on the tactical display, then to the faces of her bridge crew. Determined, focused, afraid but resolute. "They think they know humans," she said quietly. "They think they've studied us enough to predict our actions. Let's show them how wrong they are. Humanity didn't reach the stars by surrendering when faced with the impossible." As the glowing energy field approached the horizon, Maya made one final shipwide announcement. "They may have superior technology, But we have something they don't: the human capacity to improvise, adapt, and overcome. They expect submission. Let's give them something entirely unexpected. The human response. The Velsorian containment field struck the horizon with devastating force. The ship shuddered violently as cascading system failures triggered emergency protocols throughout every deck. Warning klaxons wailed as primary power failed, plunging sections of the ship into darkness before auxiliary systems engage. On the bridge, Maya gripped her command chair as damage reports flooded in. Status. Lieutenant Wade's fingers flew across her tactical console. Hull integrity at 82%. Weapons systems offline. Propulsion severely damaged. The containment field is. It's like nothing I've seen, Captain. It's not just disabling our systems, it's actively restructuring our power distribution network. They're trying to assimilate our technology, Commander Chen concluded, analyzing the incoming data. The field isn't designed to destroy. It's designed to capture and control. Maya's eyes narrowed. Which means they expect us to be helpless now. Perfect. Perfect. Lieutenant Park echoed incredulously. They've shown their hand, Maya explained. Now we know what we're fighting. She activated the emergency communication system. Dr. Ibrahimi to the bridge, immediately. Within minutes, Dr. Farah Ibrahimi, the mission's quantum physicist, arrived. Her usually immaculate lab coat was scorched, and a thin line of blood trickled from a cut above her eye. You were right, Captain, she announced without preamble. The Velsorian containment field operates on principles similar to their energy systems, the same ones they shared with us. It's adaptive, but it follows predictable quantum resonance patterns. Can we disrupt it? Dr. Ibrahimi's smile was grim. Better. We can reverse it. For the next 6 hours, the crew of the Horizon worked feverishly, while the Velsorians prepared boarding vessels, believing their prey effectively trapped. The humans transformed their disadvantage into opportunity. Engineering crews, led by the brilliant but eccentric chief engineer Haruki Tanaka, reconfigured the ship's damaged power systems into a crude but effective countermeasure. It won't be pretty, Tanaka warned Maya over the comm. We're essentially building a quantum mirror. When activated, it should reflect the containment field's energy signature back toward its source. But it'll drain our remaining power reserves. We'll have one shot. Make it count, Maya ordered. How long until the Velsorian boarding ships arrive? 18 minutes, Captain, Lieutenant Wade reported. Maya addressed the senior staff gathered on the bridge. The Velsorians think they understand humanity. They've observed us, studied us, but they've missed something fundamental. Throughout our history, humans have been at their most innovative, their most determined, when backed into a corner. She gestured toward the view screen showing the approaching Velsorian vessels. They expect surrender. Instead, we're going to show them what humans really do when faced with impossible odds. The plan was audacious, borderline suicidal, but distinctly human in its improvised brilliance. The Horizon would not merely reflect the containment field. It would channel and amplify it, creating a feedback loop that would momentarily disrupt the Velsorian ship's systems. In that brief window, they would deploy a targeted electromagnetic pulse, modified based on the Velsorian technical data, to disable the nearest enemy vessel. And then, asked Commander Chen. Then we take their ship, Maya stated. We rescue our people, gather whatever intelligence we can about Velsorian weaknesses, and get back to Earth to warn humanity. As the Velsorian boarding vessels surrounded the seemingly helpless Horizon, Captain Maya Reeves gave the order that would become legendary in the annals of human space exploration. Initiate countermeasure. Let's show them humanity's response to threats. The modified quantum reflector activated with a ship-wide power surge. For a terrible moment, nothing happened. Then the containment field visibly distorted, its energy patterns reversing direction. The nearest Velsorian vessel shuddered to a halt as the feedback loop disrupted its systems. Immediately, the Horizon's remaining functional systems channeled power into the improvised EMP device. The effect was more dramatic than anyone had anticipated. The targeted Velsorian ship didn't merely lose power. Its entire command system crashed, leaving it drifting. Before the other Velsorian vessels could respond, Maya had already dispatched boarding teams. They'd never faced actual combat. Lieutenant Commander Santos reported from the lead boarding shuttle. Their security systems are designed to control, not to fight. We've secured their bridge. No casualties on either side. Within hours, the Horizon's crew had accomplished what the Velsorians had thought impossible. They had not only resisted capture but had seized a Velsorian vessel, rescued their captured comrades, and downloaded critical intelligence from the alien ship's databases. The information was revelatory. The Velsorians weren't merely studying humans. They were cataloging potential threats throughout the galaxy. Dozens of emerging spacefaring species had been methodically assessed, manipulated, and in some cases, subtly sabotaged through generous sharing of flawed technical knowledge. They've been playing a long game, Commander Chen explained during the emergency briefing, identifying potential competitors early, then guiding their development in controlled directions. We weren't invited here for peaceful exchange. We were brought here for containment. As the Horizon limped away from Velsoria, using the modified Velsorian ship's engine technology to boost their damaged propulsion systems, Maya recorded her final log entry about the encounter. The Velsorians fundamentally misunderstood humanity, she dictated. They saw our peaceful approach as weakness, our openness as naivety. What they failed to recognize was that humans don't just adapt to challenges, we transform them into opportunities. Our scientific curiosity isn't separate from our survival instinct. It's an expression of it. She paused, looking at the stars streaming past as the horizon accelerated toward Earth. We came in peace, offering friendship and cooperation. Their response was deception and attempted subjugation. Our response will be to take the knowledge we've gained, including from their own ship, and prepare humanity for a galaxy more complex and dangerous than we imagined. The Velsorians thought they were studying us. In reality, they've just given humanity a crucial lesson about the universe. The Horizon's journey home would take months, but Maya knew the mission had already achieved something profound. Humanity had faced its first hostile advanced alien civilization, and not only survived but prevailed through ingenuity, cooperation, and determined resolve. They wanted to see what humans would do when threatened. Maya concluded her log. Now they know. We don't cower. We don't surrender. We innovate. We overcome. We survive. That's the human response. And the galaxy should take note. As Earth appeared on the Horizon's long-range sensors months later, Maya reflected that humanity would never approach the stars with the same innocent optimism again. But neither would they retreat from the cosmic challenge. The Velsorians had tried to contain humanity's potential. Instead, they had only proven why that potential was uncontainable. Humanity had come in peace. When peace wasn't an option, they demonstrated why underestimating humans was the Velsorians' greatest mistake.